about to start my workout for today. All I'm using today is a set of dumbbells and my jump rope, but you do not need any exercise equipment whatsoever to follow along with this workout. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises briefly demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So first of all, let's talk about what to do if you do not have dumbbells and you do not have a jump rope. First of all, my dumbbells, for reference only, are 10 pounds a piece. This is a good weight for me. You may need to use something lighter or heavier than that. That depends on your strength. It depends on your level of fitness. It depends on what you have available to you and of course how hard you're looking to push yourself today. So please just consider all of those factors when choosing your weights and make the decision that is best for you. If you do not have dumbbells, look for household items that will work. So the easiest thing is probably going to be just to grab a couple of water bottles or shampoo bottles. You could fill them with water. You might be able to make them a little bit heavier if you fill them with something like uncooked rice or dried beans or lentils, kitty litter, powdered laundry detergent, something like that. So just get creative and use what you've got. Just make sure that you are able to maintain a secure grip. So whatever you choose for weight, make sure you're not going to drop it and hurt yourself or break something and make a mess. And as long as it's not too heavy for you, then pretty much anything will work for weight. If you want to take this workout to the beach or the park or a local hiking trail, you could probably even find a couple of rocks that will work. Or really you can grab a couple of cans of soup from the pantry. All right, so any kind of weight will work as long as it is not too heavy for you and as long as you're able to maintain a secure grip on it. As far as jump rope, I'm only going to be using my jump rope for the final 10 minutes of the workout. Now, this is going to be a 30-minute workout, so I am, of course, including it on my playlist of 30-minute workouts, but I'm also including this workout on my playlist of 20-minute workouts. So if you chose this workout from that playlist because you specifically want to do a 20-minute workout today, then don't worry about jump rope, we won't even get to it. All right, what you're going to do is just do the circuit with me 4 times through, and that's your 20 minutes, and then you'll just stop there, all right? If you do want to do the final 10 minutes with me, we're just doing burpees and jump rope for the final 10 minutes. So you can do burpees, you don't need any equipment for that, but if you don't have a jump rope, we're doing 1-minute jump rope intervals. So you can just substitute with any kind of cardio exercise that you are able to realistically sustain for 1-minute intervals. So obviously the most similar to what I'm going to be doing would be to just pantomime jumping rope. So you can just hold on to a couple of imaginary handles and jump over an imaginary rope. All right, you can jump with your feet together if you would like. I always kind of jog in place like this, so you can do this instead. If you're doing that though, you don't have to be pretending to jump over a rope. You really can just jog in place. You can do high knees, jumping jacks, you can do a boxer shuffle. You can shadow box. If you have a heavy bag, you can work on your heavy bag for those 1-minute intervals. Where I'm jumping rope, you can do up and down the steps. If you have access to something like an elliptical or a Stairmaster or a treadmill or an exercise bike, anything like that, you can hop on one of those for 1 minute. So 1-minute intervals of any kind of moderate paced cardio you want to do, any way you want to get it done will work. Super simple. All right, so don't worry if you don't have a jump rope. One more thing about my dumbbells is that these are hex dumbbells, which means that they are flat on the bottom. That is significant because for the first exercise, I'm going to be in a plank position and holding onto my dumbbells while I do push-ups. And we're doing plank rows, so I'm going to have all my weight on the dumbbells. So if your dumbbells are rounded on the ends, or if you are using household items for weight, like water bottles or shampoo bottles or something like that, I need you to make sure you're exercising caution. Personally, I would prefer that you modify this first exercise, and I will show you that modification. It's your workout, it's your decision how much, what level of risk you're comfortable taking. I know that there are plenty of people who hold on to dumbbells that are rounded on the ends and do push-ups on rounded dumbbells. So you make the decision that is best for you, but I'm going to show you a modification that you can do if your dumbbells are not flat on the bottom. All right, so there are 4 exercises. Let's go ahead and go over those right now, really 5 exercises, because after we're finished with the circuit, we're going to be doing burpees, but we'll get to those in a minute. Let's go through our 4 weighted exercises first. So the first exercise is Espressos. If you follow my workouts regularly, this is an exercise you've seen countless times before. If you do not follow my workouts regularly and you don't know what I mean by Espressos, essentially they're man makers. So if you've ever done man makers or if you're familiar with what a man maker is, these are slightly different, but Same idea, all right? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start by holding my dumbbells to my sides like this. So my palms are facing the outsides of my legs and the backs of my hands are facing the walls, okay? So that's the grip I'm going to have on my dumbbells the entire time. I'm going to bend down and place the dumbbells flat on the ground in front of me. Now you can step your feet back one at a time if you prefer, or you can jump your feet back at the same time. But you want to end up here in a plank position while holding onto your dumbbells. And then from here, you're going to do a push-up while holding onto the dumbbells. Then 2 plank rows, 1 on each side. So that just means I'm bending my elbow and rowing the weight up towards my shoulder on the same side. Placing the weight back down with control, then we're going to repeat that on the other side. So row the dumbbell, place it back down with control. So make sure you're not just letting the dumbbell drop down. Every aspect of the movement should be under control. Then you're going to jump or step your feet in. So you can step your feet in one at a time, or you can jump both feet in at the same time. And then you're going to stand. As you stand, you're bringing the weights with you. Now we're going to do a hammer curl. So bending the elbows, bringing the weights up to your shoulders, and then an overhead press. Then bend your elbows, bring the weights back down to your shoulders, straighten your arms, bringing the weights back down to your side, return to your starting position. So it's a push-up on the dumbbell, then 2 plank rows, 1 on each side, then you're gonna jump the feet in and stand, then it's a hammer curl and an overhead press. So when I say hammer curl, we're curling the weights, but we're holding onto the weights so that our palms are facing each other. So if you think about the way you would swing a hammer, that's the grip you have on your dumbbells. And you're going to maintain that grip on your dumbbells as you press them up overhead, so your palms are always facing each other throughout the entire exercise. All right, so let's put a rep together a little faster so that you see the flow of it. So bend down, place the dumbbells flat on the floor or the ground, jump or step the feet back, push up on the dumbbells, row, row, jump or step the feet in, stand, hammer curl, overhead press. And that's espressos. So if you are using rounded dumbbells, or if you are using household items, this is your modification. So you're going to place your hands down flat on the floor of the ground in between your dumbbells and do your push-up from this position with both of your hands flat on the floor of the ground. Then you're going to pick up one hand, leaving the other hand on the ground, grab your weight, row one weight, place it down with control, and let go. Now place that hand flat on the ground again, pick up the opposite hand, and grab your dumbbell. Row the dumbbell, keeping the other hand flat on the floor of the ground, place the dumbbell down with control, let go, and place both hands flat on the floor of the ground. Then you can jump or step your feet in, grab your weights, pick them up with you as you stand, and from there, it's the same thing, hammer curl, overhead press. All right, so set the weights down, let go, place your hands flat on the floor or the ground, jump or step your feet back, push up, plank row, jump or step the feet in, stand, hammer curl, overhead press. So there's your modification if you're using rounded dumbbells or household items. But that's it, that's our first exercise. Just please make sure you're minding the form on your push-up. Remember, you can put your knees down. If you do push-ups from your knees, just maybe have something soft beneath you, like an exercise mat or a yoga mat, maybe a towel, a seat cushion, a throw pillow. All right, so you can put your knees down for the push-ups, that's fine. But just make sure, whether you're doing the push-ups from your knees or from your toes, that your head is in line with your spine. So imagine standing with your back up against the wall and just gently pressing the back of your head into the wall. Keep your head in line with your spine, keep your shoulders away from your ears, and make sure that your back is flat. So you want to make sure that you're not allowing your head to droop down like this. You do not need to overcorrect by hyperextending your neck and jutting your chin out. Head in line with the spine, and then make sure it stays there. Keep your head still. Don't allow your head to bob up and down while you're doing your push-ups. Shoulders away from the ears, so don't allow yourself to kind of sink down into your shoulders. Press the dumbbells away from you, or if your hands are flat on the floor or the ground, press the floor or the ground away from you. Push yourself up as high as you can in this plank so that your shoulders are away from your ears. Make sure your abs are super strong and tight and engaged. So imagine someone's about to come along and punch you as hard as they can in the stomach, and you're bracing for that impact. That's how tight your abs should be. And you're going to use your ab muscles to lift your hips high and keep them high so that your back stays flat. So you don't want to allow your hips or your belly to droop down towards the mat like this. Tighten up those abs, use your ab muscles to lift your hips up high, keep them lifted up nice and high. And once you have found this perfect plank position and your body is in one straight line from your heels to your shoulders, make sure nothing moves. So as you bend your elbows and lower your chest towards the ground, think of your body like it's a plank of wood that you're lowering to the ground and then pushing back up. But this can't move. All right, so just mind your form on the push-ups. Go down to your knees for the push-ups if you need to, but that's the first exercise. The second exercise is going to be a bent over row plus an upright row. So I'm going to be holding my weights in front of me for this one. And I'm going to have a slightly different grip. So for the first exercise, my palms were facing each other. Now I'm going to bring the weights to the front. My palms will be facing the tops of my legs. So right now you're looking at the backs of my hands. That's the grip I'm going to have on my dumbbells for this entire exercise. Then we're doing a bent over row. So it's a hip hinge. So first thing you want to do is think about tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets so that your shoulders are back and down. Your chest is lifted nice and high. And again, make sure your abs are super strong and tight and engaged. Someone's gonna punch you in the stomach, you're bracing for that impact. Really tighten up your abs. And then you're hinging at the hips. So think about trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. At the same time, remembering you're keeping that chest lifted nice and high. So think about also trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. So that's going to help you elongate your spine and achieve that flat back. So you want to make sure you're not allowing your back to round. Tuck the shoulder blades into the back pockets. Lift that chest. Shoulders are back and down away from the ears. Pushing your booty back. So you should actually be able to pick up your toes. All of your weight should be in your heels. All right? And make sure there's a soft bend to your knees. It's not a squat, but you also are not actively straightening your legs or trying to keep them perfectly straight. All right, do not lock out your knees. You want to make sure there's a soft bend to your knees. And your goal is to see if you can get your torso parallel to the ground, but don't push your body into doing anything that it is not ready to do. Just make sure your back stays flat. Make sure there's a soft bend to your knees, and make sure that the weight is in your heels. And then once you're in this bent over position, you're just going to row the weights. Okay, so we did plank rows. Now we're doing bent over rows and upright rows. So lots of rowing today. So again, you're just bending your elbows, lifting the weights up towards your shoulders, and then lowering the weights with control. Then you're going to press your heels into the ground, hinge at the hips to stand, and then you're going to do an upright row. So now my weights are in front of me. Again, my palms are facing the tops of my legs. You're looking at the backs of my hands, and I'm going to bend my elbows and row the weights up towards my shoulders, then lower them back down with control, and that's it. Super simple. So the bent over row plus the upright row is 1 rep. So it's going to look like this. Weights in front, feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider, whatever's comfortable for you. Shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight. We're gonna push that booty back, hinging at the hips, keeping a soft bend in the knees as you come down into this bent over position. Then row the weights, lower them back down with control. Then press your heels into the ground, hinge at the hips to stand, and upright row. Bending the elbows, rowing the weights up towards the shoulders. That's 1 rep. So hinge, bent over row, hinge to stand, upright row. All right, and that's our second exercise. For the third exercise, I'm going to be doing a squat variation. I'm doing sumo squats, and I'm just going to hold on to my dumbbells while I do that. So you really can do any squat variation you want, with or without weight. You can hold on to one of your dumbbells or one of your water bottles or shampoo bottles. You can hold on to both like I'm going to be doing. You can hold the weights in front of your chest. I'm going to be holding my weights down like this. So any squat variation you want to do will work. You can do it with or without weight, and you can do whatever you want to do with your weights if you're adding weight, okay? But just make sure that, again, just like with our hip hinge, that's the way you want to start your squat. So shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight. And then don't think about just squatting straight down. If you do that, your knees are going to tend to end up out over your toes. That's really not the movement. So instead, think about hinging at the hips again. So pushing that booty back, trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. At the same time, thinking about trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. Back stays flat, weight stays in your heels. See how I can pick up my toes? From this position, you can sink down into your squat. And then again, you're pressing your heels into the ground to stand. Really visualize trying to push the ground away from you. So just remember, flat back, weight in the heels for whatever squat variation you're doing. I'm going to be doing sumo squats, so that really just means that I have my feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and I have my toes angled out slightly at about a 45-degree angle, so they're not facing straight forward towards you. They're not facing the walls on either side of me, kind of split the difference, all right? And from here, shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight. I'm pushing my booty back. I'm trying to touch this gate behind me with my booty as I sink down into my squat, and then pressing the ground away with my heels to stand. That's a sumo squat. I'm just going to be doing that while holding on to my dumbbells. And I'm just going to have my dumbbells together like this. So these are 10 pounds a piece. I'm adding a total of 20 pounds of weight. If holding both of your dumbbells together is too heavy, you can hold one dumbbell like this with one hand on either side of the dumbbell, or you can hold onto one water bottle or shampoo bottle if you want something a little bit heavier, maybe a jug of laundry detergent or a jug of water or something like that. Of course, if you have a kettlebell or a medicine ball, that would be another great option. But I'm just going to be holding both of my dumbbells together in front of me like this. You could hold them up here if you want and do goblet squats. That's fine. I'm going to be holding my weights like this and doing my sumo squats with the weights in front of me like this. All right? So again, any squat variation you want to do will work with or without weight. And you can do whatever you want with the weights. All right? So that is our third exercise. Our fourth weighted exercise is going to be standing chest flies. So I'm going to be lifting one arm at a time, lifting my palm up towards the ceiling and diagonally across my body. So think about bringing the outside of your pinky towards the opposite shoulder. And again, as I'm lifting my weight, I'm not trying to straighten my arm. I don't want to lock out my elbow. You want to have a soft bend to your elbow. That's it. It's a super simple exercise. You're just going to be lifting the weights one at a time, lifting your palm towards the ceiling, bringing the outside of this pinky towards the opposite shoulder. All right, so it looks like this. Alternating sides with each rep. Super simple, and that's it. That's standing chest flies. Then, as I mentioned earlier, for the final 10 minutes, we're just doing burpees and jump rope. So I already covered what to do with your jump rope. Again, I always kind of jog in place like this one, jumping rope, but you can jump with your feet together if you prefer. If you're really good at jump rope, you can do high knees or jumping jacks. You can do a boxer shuffle. It doesn't matter. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine, and you don't have to stick with the same style of jump rope for every single jump rope interval. We're going to be doing 5 different jump rope intervals, so you could do something different every time. That is totally up to you. And if you don't have a jump rope, any kind of moderate paced cardio you want to do for those 1-minute jump rope intervals will work. For the other 5 intervals, we're going to be doing burpees. So any burpee variation you want to do with or without a push-up is fine. That's your choice. There are a million different burpee variations, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but you don't have to include a push-up with your burpee. I will be including a push-up with my burpee. So my burpees look like this. I'm going to start by standing with my feet about shoulder width apart. I'm going to bend down, place my hands flat on the ground, jump my feet back so that I'm in a plank position, do a push-up, jump my feet back in, and jump up. Okay, so push up from your knees if you want. You can step the feet out and in instead of jumping them out and in if you want. If you can't jump, you can do a calf raise instead. All right, any burpee variation you want to do is fine. Just make sure that if you are including a push-up with your burpee variation, that you're minding your form on your push-up. So head in line with the spine, shoulders away from the ears, flat back, okay? Make sure that your abs are super strong and tight and engaged, and that you are using your abs to lift your hips high and keep them high. Make sure your head stays still, and that's it. That's all we're doing today. Those are all the exercises. So now here's the format. My timer is set for 30 1-minute intervals. So just one interval. That interval is 1 minute long, and you're doing 30 rounds, okay? So that's our 30 minutes. If you're just doing a 20-minute workout, then obviously you will set your timer for 20 1-minute intervals instead of 30. But my workout is going to be 30 minutes, so I'm setting my timer for one interval of 1 minute times 30 rounds. Now here's how it works. 5, 10, 15, 20. So this is basically a ladder workout, all right? So the first exercise was espressos. We're doing 5 espressos. That's our first 1-minute work interval. So you're going to try to complete those espressos as quickly as you can without sacrificing your form, and hopefully you can get all 5 espressos finished before that 1 minute is up. Then with the remainder of that 1-minute interval, you can rest. Then with the second 1-minute interval, you'll move on to the next workout, or the next exercise. So the next exercise is a bent over row plus an upright row. 10 reps. You have 1 minute to do those 10 reps, and then if you have any time remaining out of that 1-minute work interval, rest. With the third work interval, so as soon as the timer beeps again, that begins our 3rd minute of the workout, our 3rd work interval, you're going to do 15 sumo squats, or any squat variation. Whatever squat variation you're doing, you'll do 15 reps. And then again, if there's any time remaining from that 1-minute interval, you'll rest. And then with the 4th work interval, you will be doing 20 chest flies. And your goal, again, is to complete those reps as quickly as you can with good form and try to get all 20 reps completed before that 1 minute is up. And then with the next minute, you'll take a full minute to rest. All right, so that's once through the circuit. So once through the circuit is 5 espressos, 10 bent over row plus upright row, 15 sumo squats, 20 chest flies. And then with the 5th interval, rest. All right, so then we're going to repeat that another 3 times. So you'll end up doing that circuit a total of 4 times, and that's 20 minutes because it takes 5 minutes to get, exactly 5 minutes to get through the circuit. We're going to do it 4 times, that's 20 minutes. Then I'm going to put down my weights, and for the final 10 minutes, so if you're not doing the final 10 minutes with me, that's all you're going to do. You're going to do the circuit a total of, 4 times. That's 20 minutes, and then you're done. Do your bonus burpee, skip ahead to the cool down, do a quick cool down with me, and then do your stretching, and then you can have something to eat, take a shower, get on with the rest of your day. All right, if you do want to do the final 10 minutes with me, after we have completed the circuit 4 times, I'm going to put my weights down, and then I'm going to grab my jump rope. All right, so we have a full minute of rest, remember. So after we've completed our last chest fly, the next 1 minute interval is rest. So we have a full minute to reset. I'm gonna set my weights down. I'm gonna grab my jump rope mat and bring it over here. I'm gonna grab my jump rope. I'm gonna breathe. And then with the next 1 minute interval, I'm going to do 1 full minute of jump rope, any style. Then with the next 1 minute interval, I'm going to do 2 burpees and then rest. So from here on out, all we're doing is alternating between 1 minute jump rope intervals, and then with the next 1 minute, 2 burpees, and the remainder of that minute is rest. With the final interval, you're going to keep doing burpees, all right? You're gonna do your 2 burpees, but then you're going to have the remainder of the interval to just stand around and do nothing. So I say let's finish strong, and with that final interval, let's just keep doing burpees until time is up, all right? And that's the workout. So it's a little bit of a different format. It might be a little confusing, so hopefully that's all clear the way I have explained it, but please remember that I do always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you, so watch me do it, read the instructions. But then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format and how it all fits together, if you have any questions about these exercises that we are doing today, or if you have any doubts about how to do these exercises with the correct form, if you need any further help with beginner modifications, I'm always here to help, so please just ask. It's really important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And it's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me, so I'm always here to help facilitate that. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. I also want to remind you, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to please make sure that you are going at your own pace. Do not sacrifice your form for speed, all right? So yes, you want to try to complete the reps as quickly as you can so that you have more rest time. within each interval, but not at the expense of your form. If your form starts to get sloppy, that means you need to slow down. It's always going to be safer and more effective to do your reps a little bit slower, but with excellent form, than to race through and just go through the motions, do your reps super fast just to get them done quickly, but allow your form to get sloppy. So please just make sure that you're not sacrificing your form for speed, and make sure that you're working to your own level. So that means choosing dumbbells or household items that are an appropriate weight for you. They're not too heavy. It means shortening up your range of motion if necessary. It means pausing and taking rest breaks as needed. So I don't want you pushing your body into doing anything that it is not ready to do. And I don't want you pushing yourself to keep going when what you really need is to rest. So if you need longer rest breaks than what is allotted, then you should take longer rest breaks, okay? Challenge yourself to keep the rest as short as you can, but it should be as long as you need. So you should only resume the workout once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina to continue with good form. So please just be smart, be safe, listen to your body, use your common sense, and make the decision that is best for you, and just do your best. Please remember that your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. Hopefully I have covered everything. If you are ready to go ahead and begin the workout, grab a set of dumbbells if you have them. If not, maybe a couple of shampoo bottles or water bottles. Grab your jump rope if you have one, and if you're jumping rope with me today. If you do push-ups from your knees, maybe grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat. If you don't have a mat, maybe a towel will suffice. If you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you probably won't need anything. Pause the video, go get dressed. Meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick 5-minute warm up, and then we'll get right into this 20 or 30-minute workout. All right, so as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm up. So you're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Make sure you're not actively pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. Your arm is relaxed. You're just allowing gravity to do all of the work of gently stretching the other side of your neck by just using the weight of your arm. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you'll let go of your head with this hand, allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder, place your other hand on top of your head and just rest it there, making sure your arm is totally relaxed and making sure your shoulders are relaxed as well. Don't allow your shoulders to creep up by your ears. Shoulders should be back and down. Next, we're going to do head rolls. So you're going to start by allowing your chin to fall towards your chest and then towards the opposite shoulder and then back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, just start feeling your head getting heavier and heavier, allowing your range of motion to increase until finally your entire torso is kind of falling down in front of you. Your arms should be nice and loose like a rag doll. Now we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So just rolling your shoulders either towards the back or towards the front. Really explore your full range of motion. Make sure those circles are nice and big. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So you're going to start by extending your arms out to the side and just making small circles, either towards the front or towards the back. But gradually, as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally, again, you're exploring your full range of motion, making those circles as big as you possibly can. Now step your feet out so that they're a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bend your knees, sweep your hands in front of you, and as you straighten your legs, you're reaching up, stretching as high as you can towards the ceiling. Each time you bend your knees, allowing your range of motion to increase a little more, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet planted right where they are. We're just going to lunge side to side, nice and easy. And now adding the arms. So now with each lunge, I'm reaching my arm across my body. It's like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're just going to march in place. So you're going to step the feet in and just march, keeping your knees low to start. But gradually, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Feel a little stretch in your glutes. Now we're gonna jog in place. Same thing, knees are low to start, but gradually you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Next is booty kicks. So now with each step, you're just bringing your foot behind you. Really try to kick yourself in the booty cheek with your heel. If you struggle with balance, you may need to hold onto the wall or a chair for support for this next one. If not, you can just have your hands on your hips. Transfer your weight into one foot, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose. Waking up those hip flexors. We're gonna do the other leg, so put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and then if it's comfortable, you can start gradually increasing your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher. Okay, now transfer your weight again, pick up your foot, extend the leg out in front of you, and then bring the leg around and behind, making a little semicircle. Lifting that leg higher and higher. Each time you make your semicircle, and for the final two, we're going to do a hip circle. So driving the knee up towards your chest, using your hand to guide it around. Other side, extend the opposite leg in front, and make a semicircle, bringing that leg around and behind. Lifting the leg higher and higher each time, and for the final two, driving the knee up, using your hand to guide it around for a hip circle. Finishing with a quick hamstring stretch. So feet are wider than shoulder width apart. I'm using this post to assist me. You can use the wall or a chair or the arm of your couch. But the point is to try to keep your back as flat as possible so that you isolate your hamstrings more effectively. And if you use a chair or the wall or something like that, just can make it a little bit more accessible, a little bit more comfortable, a little bit easier to get into that stretch while maintaining a flat back. But that's it. That's our 5+ minute warm up. I guess it was closer to 5 minutes and 20 seconds. But that's fine. My hamstrings feel a little tight today, so I needed to spend a few extra seconds in that hamstring stretch. But now let's go ahead and get right into the workout. So grab your dumbbells, grab your jump rope, and let's get started. So as soon as you're ready, here we go, starting with 5 espressos. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So push up on the dumbbell, row, row, jump or step the feet in, stand, hammer curl, overhead press. That's 5. A few seconds to rest. With our next 1 minute work interval, we're doing 10 bent over row plus upright row. So bent over row, upright row, 10 reps. That's 10. Rest for the remainder of the interval. About another 10 seconds. Next, we're doing 15 weighted sumo squats. Or you can be doing any squat variation you want, with or without weight. 15 reps, here we go. 15. Final exercise is standing chest flies. 20 reps total, alternating sides with each rep. We have the rest of this interval to rest. And then we have a whole nother minute to rest. So now with this 1 minute interval, I'm just going to rest because I got all my reps done. For the remaining rounds, that was our first time through the circuit, we're going through the circuit 3 more times. So with the remaining 3 rounds, if there are any reps from our circuit that I'm unable to complete within that 1 minute work interval, I'm going to make them up during the 1 minute rest interval and then use the rest of that interval to rest before starting the next round. Make sense? So we have about another 20 seconds to rest. And then we're starting again with 5 espressos. So, getting ready to start round 2. A couple more deep breaths here. Pick up the weights. And here we go, another 5 espressos. To rest, and then we're doing 10 reps of bent over row, upright row. Rest for the remainder of the interval, and now 15 squats. pound weights are starting to feel like 50s. All right, 20 standing chest flies. That's 20. Nice long rest break here. Have the remainder of this interval to rest, and then another minute. Remember that 5th interval, each time through the circuit is just to rest. Or you can use it to make up any reps you might have missed. You could use it as an active rest. You could do like some isometrics, like hold a plank position or hold a wall sit or something like that during these 1 minute intervals if you want to increase the difficulty a little more. But that's our second time through the circuit. Another 30 seconds to rest, and then we're going to start our 3rd round of the circuit. So take a few seconds to breathe. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. And here we go, starting again at the top with 5 espressos. So pick up the weights. In 5 seconds. Pick up the weights. There we go. 10 reps. Next is sumo squats. Weights are starting to feel heavy, so you can drop one or both of them if you want. 15 reps. Just a few seconds to rest. 20 chest flies. That's 20. One minute to rest. This is our fourth time through the circuit, right? So this is our final time through the circuit. Yeah, because after this, yeah, okay. So about another 30 seconds to rest. And then we're going to start again at the top with 5 espressos. This time through is going to be super tough. Just do your best. Another 15 seconds. A couple more deep breaths. And here we go. 5 espressos. Pick up the weights. Right into bent over row, upright row. 10 reps. Sumo squats. Oh, the weights just feel so heavy. And then we're done with the weights. Let's push. That's 20. 5 seconds left to spare. All right, that's our 20 minutes. So if that's all you're doing today, go ahead and do your bonus burpee. Then skip ahead to the cool down, and then take a few minutes to stretch. And then you can go have your shower, eat some lunch, get on with the rest of your day. If you're continuing on with me, that was our 4th and final time through the circuit. So now we're moving on to the final 10 minutes. We're going to be alternating back and forth between cardio and burpees. Jump rope and burpees for me. You can jog in place, do high knees, hop on the exercise bike or the treadmill, long jumping rope, whatever works for you. If you are jumping rope, any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. Here we go, 1 minute of jump rope. With this next 1 minute interval, we just have to do 2 burpees. Any burpee variation you want to do. We're going to do that 4 more times. So another 1 minute of jump rope. Two burpees. round 2. I'm gonna do it 3 more times. You just have to do it twice more. Just do your best. I know it's hard. Okay, we made it. This is our final round. Final minute of jump rope. is our final work interval. We're gonna keep doing burpees. As many as you can do. And another 20 seconds, let's push. Let's finish strong. That's it. That's our 30 minutes. Amazing. Well done. That was an incredibly tough 30 minutes. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just one rep left to go. But first, whenever I do a workout that incorporates jump rope, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 with the jump rope. So any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the rope. The bonus burpee is mandatory. Everyone must do the bonus burpee. But this bonus set of jump rope is completely optional. So if you would like to join me, fantastic. If you don't want to do this bonus set of jump rope, that's fine. Just take another minute to breathe, cheer me on, and then we'll do our bonus burpee together. If you would like to join me for this bonus set of jump rope, here we go. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the jump rope. So you'll count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 100. So that's our little bonus set of jump rope. And now we have just one rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. Final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. So let's just do a quick cool down together. Just want to keep moving while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit and while you allow your breathing to normalize. So focus on slowing down your breathing. Really feel your diaphragm being pulled down. Allow your rib cage to expand, and think about breathing all the way down into your belly button and filling up your entire torso with air. And then using your diaphragm to control the breath as you exhale. And just keep moving. You can pace around back and forth. You can shake out the legs. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. So just bringing one arm across your body, using the other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulder is completely relaxed. If your shoulder is tense and hunched up by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. So make sure your arm is relaxed. Relax the shoulder. Feel that nice stretch in your shoulder. And come out. Let's get the other side. So bringing the opposite arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Making sure your arm is relaxed. Relax the shoulder. And make sure you're continuing to focus on breathing all the way down into your belly button. And keep moving. Again, you can pace, you can shake the legs. I always just kind of shift my weight from foot to foot. Come out. Shake it out. Let's do a quick tricep stretch. So bending one elbow and using your other hand, you're going to gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder, making sure that the fingers of your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. So you do not want this free hand hanging out up here somewhere by your shoulder. Point those fingers straight down at the ground as you gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Feel that nice stretch in your triceps. One more breath here. And come out. Let's get the other side. Bending the other arm. Place your hand on your elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder, making sure the fingers of your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground, continuing to focus on your breathing and continuing to move. Shift your weight from foot to foot or shake out the legs. One more deep breath here. And come out. And we're going to finish with a quick quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair for support. You're going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, reach back with the hand on the same side and grab a hold of the top of your foot. If you are not holding onto anything for support, you can go ahead and grab the top of your foot with both hands and then press your heel into your booty cheek. As you do that, make sure you're tilting your pelvis forward, tucking your booty underneath you. Think about trying to touch your spine with your belly button. And as you're doing that, make sure you're continuing to really press your heel into your booty cheek. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you're instantly going to feel that stretch intensify in your quad muscles as you isolate them more effectively, but you should also feel that stretch continue all the way up to your hip flexors. So come out, shake out the legs. Let's finish with a quad stretch on the other side. So bending the other leg, bring the foot up behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand on the same side if you're holding onto something for support. If not, you can hold your foot with both hands, press the heel into your booty cheek, and tilt your pelvis forward. So tucking your booty underneath you, suck that belly button back towards your spine. Make sure as you do that, you're continuing to really press that heel into your booty cheek. Feel that nice stretch in your quads. Feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexors. One more deep breath here. Sending that breath all the way down to your belly button. Controlling the air as you exhale and come out. And one last time. Shake out the legs, shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit, and that's it. That's our little cool down. So if you find that you're still breathing heavily, your heart rate is still elevated, just continue to pace around for a couple more minutes. Keep moving, keep working on slowing down your breathing, and you can do a little more light stretching. That's a great idea. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you're taking time to stretch every day, a good 15 or 20 minutes if you can. Right now is going to be the most effective and the most efficient time to get your stretching done because your muscles are already nice and warm from the workout. But if you don't have time to stretch now, that's fine. You can do it later on in the day. As long as you're getting your stretching done at some point during the day, that's what matters. But please don't skip your stretching. It's really important because it is going to help alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing after the workouts. It's also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward. And of course, it's going to improve your flexibility. But just remember that if you do put off your stretching until later on in the day, your muscles will have gotten cold again, so you're going to need to take a few minutes to warm them back up before you begin stretching. You never want to jump into your stretching routine with cold muscles, because your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable so that you can stretch them safely and effectively. So please make sure you're taking the time to stretch every day, but also please make sure that you are doing so safely. But that's it. That is all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything is unclear with the format of today's workout, it was a little bit different. If you have questions about any of the exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need any help with beginner modifications, please remember I am always here to help. So ask questions if you have them. And that is going to do it for today, but before I say goodbye, I have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, you're telling me I've been putting shampoo on my sandwiches. So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, "You're telling me I've been putting shampoo on my sandwiches." That is going to do it for today. I will see you next time. Bye.